Hello, everyone. I'm delighted to welcome my friend and my guest, Titus Underwood, who is the principal oboist of the Nashville Symphony Orchestra and one of the most outspoken and powerful advocates for Black and underrepresented musicians in the classical music field. Titus, welcome.
Thank you for having me. It is a pleasure to be here.
I'm delighted to be collaborating with Titus in Arkansas and Mississippi in the month of February. And we're performing two works together, the Vivaldi Concerto for Two Oboes in D minor, and also the Exotic Spirit of the Wild Concerto for Oboe by Australian composer Nigel Westlake. Titus, these two pieces are in some ways polar opposites, musically speaking, but I wonder if you could just share a few thoughts about, let's start with the Vivaldi.
Yeah, the great thing about the Vivaldi one is two oboes, which is amazing. And this was a common thing, dual concertos, especially for two oboes. We should probably bring that back at some point. But I love that we're having that juxtaposition between the two. And Vivaldi, what they do have in common is that Vivaldi, a lot of his music was very virtuosic. So it was always very flashy, and he would always stretch the boundaries of what the oboe could do. Now, juxtaposed to that with the modern piece today, Spirit of the Wild by Nigel Westlake, it is taken that times 10. So imagine what Vivaldi was doing at that time. That's what Nigel Westlake is doing during this time with this concerto. And it's extremely exciting. It's one of those ones that people want to jump to their feet at the end. I mean, it's ending on a high A on the oboe. And it has so many different colors and so much ups and downs. And the orchestra, I love the orchestration with it because it is the oboe is a part of the orchestra. The orchestra, it's not just an accompaniment part, but it's a full real orchestra part, which emerges the audience inside of the piece. So a lot of times in these early concerti, the oboe was the main voice, but it wasn't quite integrated into the orchestra as much. It was more of an accompaniment part. But with this Nigel Westlake, what he's done with this piece was include so much different instrumentation to bring out the colors of the orchestra and also complement the oboe and really center it as a very virtuosic instrument as Vivaldi did in the past.
That's a really interesting point to highlight that both pieces are virtuosic. The Vivaldi is delightful because of the dialogue, not only of the two oboes, but the two oboes with the violins. And it's this unusually constructed concerto that's a little different from some of Vivaldi's other 497 plus concertos he wrote for various instruments.
Yeah.
But the Nigel Westlake, I'll share with our listeners and viewers, is I called it an exotic work, and as did you. It coincided with Westlake's work in Hobart, Tasmania, and an invitation from a friend to go to that pristine area down in southwest Tasmania with the beautiful patchwork of green woodlands and heathlands and estuaries. And he wanted to capture the exotic nature of looking up the stars with absolutely no light pollution and these pristine, untouched areas. Coinciding with the commission from the Sydney Symphony for their principal oboist, Diana Doherty, it was remarkable that he asked her to come to his home and improvise. And he recorded her doing some outrageous things that he had her agree to do in the concerto, but of course now you must do those things as well. But his orchestration, as you so perfectly said, explores the palette, the kaleidoscopic palette of the orchestra in the orchestrations, and it is one of those pieces, coincidentally, that we performed together in Portland, Oregon, about a little over a year ago, and it's just breathtaking. Literally, at the end of the work, as you say, people just spring to their feet because it's just this amazing buildup of energy and intensity with the orchestration. So I'm excited about it. I'm curious. Of course, the technique and virtuosity of the Vivaldi has its own challenging aspects, but on a scale of 1 to 10, if I can put you on the spot,
Sure.
How would you describe the Westlake?
I put the Westlake at a solid 9.8, almost a 10. 10 people would say it's unplayable. It's playable because I would show up and I would play it. But it is absolutely stretching the boundaries consistently throughout the concerto. There isn't necessarily a point of respite in this concerto. It is daring. You're on the edge. You are fully engaged with this. You have to accept that you're on this roller coaster ride the entire time, not looking for safety. So that this concerto really, really takes a lot of you. And it's very rewarding. And the thing about that's so brilliant about the concerto is that, like I said before, it's rewarding. There are works that we work hard for that sometimes the audience go, was that difficult? But this, not only you can see the difficulty of it, but it also captures the music. You're musically engaged. There is no note that is wasted in this whole entire concerto. So as you see me fly up and down this oboe, you would know that you will really be able to hear how he's patching together melodies and themes together that not only centers the oboe, like I said, as a virtuosic instrument, but also is incredibly musically engaging as well.
Well, I think that's expertly said, and I want to invite our patrons to come and see these two dynamic works, both dynamic and exciting in different ways. But the Nigel Westlake, what a rare opportunity to hear an extraordinary work for an amazing instrument with stellar soloists. So everyone, Titus Underwood, come and hear these two beautiful pieces. I know you'll be thrilled when you experience them. And thank you very much, Titus, for being with me today.
Thank you.
Thank you.